All right, let's dive into a piece of technology that is poised to completely flip video creation on its head. I want you to try and forget everything you think you know about complicated timelines, confusing menus, and all that stuff. So just imagine this for a second. What if making a powerful, professionally edited video was no harder than just, well, describing what you want? What if the only thing holding you back was your idea and not your technical skills?
You know, for anyone who's ever opened up a video editor, this whole scene is probably painfully familiar. It's this world of complex timelines, a million different menus, and just hours of meticulous manual work. Honestly, it's a huge barrier that keeps so many amazing ideas from ever seeing the light of day.
But that entire way of working, it's about to be completely rewritten. There's a new kind of artificial intelligence that's coming, and it doesn't just give you better tools. No, it gives you a creative partner. Okay, so first, let's really dig into the core problem here, the massive time commitment of traditional editing, and the incredible promise of turning all those hours of work into just a few seconds of automation.
So what is the solution? Well, it's something called agentic AI editing. And I want to be clear, this isn't just some minor update or a new feature. We're talking about a fundamentally new way to think about making video.
So what in the world is agentic AI? Well, here's the key. Your role completely changes. You're no longer the operator, clicking every single button and dragging every clip. Instead, you become the director. You give the instructions to an intelligent agent, and it does all the complex, heavy lifting for you. Now, that might sound a little abstract, so let's make this super concrete. We're going to look at how one platform actually puts this into practice. The whole system is built on 3 core ideas that all work together. You've got tiles, which are like individual AI-powered tools, the canvas, which is where you automate entire workflows, and chat, the conversational part you use to control everything. We're going to walk through each one.
All right, let's start with the fundamental building blocks of this whole thing, the AI editing toolkit. We're going to unpack these incredible AI superpowers, and they're called tiles.
The absolute best way to think about tiles is to imagine them as Lego bricks. Each tile is this self-contained, really powerful editing operation. So one tile might fix your eye contact, another one could remove the background from your video, and another could dub your voice into a different language. By themselves, they're useful, sure, but their real magic happens when you start snapping them together.
Let me give you a really powerful example of what one of these tiles can do. Let's say you want to reach a global audience. There's one tile that handles AI dubbing. So, with a single click, how many languages do you think it can translate and dub your video into? Over 30. Instantly.
And when you compare it to the old way, the difference is it's night and day. Traditionally, it's slow, it's incredibly expensive, and you have to hire and coordinate with a bunch of different voice actors. The AI approach, it's instant. And what's absolutely amazing is that it can actually preserve the sound and tone of your original voice, just speaking a brand new language.
Another huge headache for creators is repurposing content, right? Taking one long video and turning it into a bunch of social media clips. Well, of course, there's a title for that. It can scan your whole video, use AI to automatically pinpoint the most engaging, viral-worthy moments, and then instantly reformat them for platforms like TikTok or Reels.
And what about music? Instead of spending hours digging through stock music libraries and worrying about copyright, you can just tell the AI to generate a custom, totally royalty-free track for you. You can describe the vibe you want, like upbeat corporate or even an interstellar-like theme, and poof, it just creates it for you.
So we have these really powerful Lego bricks, right? The tiles. But what happens when you start snapping them together to build something bigger? Well, that brings us to the canvas, which is where you build what is basically an automated assembly line for all your videos.
This is where the scale just becomes absolutely mind-blowing. What does 1 to 10 even mean? It means you can take one single-source video and in one automated process create 10 different unique versions of it at the same time. Just think about A/B testing ads or creating unique clips for every single social platform, all done instantly.
And this is the ultimate promise of the canvas. We're talking about complex workflows that would have taken a highly skilled editor hours of repetitive, boring manual work that can now be designed just one time and then executed in seconds.
But here's the thing. This is not about giving up creative control. The system uses a hybrid approach. You build your automated workflow, and you get instant previews along the way.
If you see something that needs a little bit of a human touch, you can just jump right into a timeline editor and make those precise manual tweaks. You get the incredible speed of automation with the fine-tuned precision of manual control.
Okay, we've seen the building blocks, the tiles, and the automation engine, the canvas. But now for what might be the most intuitive and revolutionary part of all, editing just by talking. This is the chat interface, where you literally have a conversation with your video editor.
It all starts with a simple command, just using plain English. So imagine you just finished recording a long podcast. Instead of spending hours scrubbing through it, you just type this. Find the most engaging moments in this podcast and turn them into 3 vertical shorts.
And just seconds later, the AI delivers. But you're not done yet. You can just build on that last command, right in the same conversation. Okay, that's great. Now add animated captions to all of them and correct my eye contact.
And you can just keep going, chaining these powerful AI tiles together. Perfect. Okay, finally, generate an upbeat corporate soundtrack and dub the best one into Spanish. And just like that, in 3 simple sentences, you've done a series of super complex tasks that would have taken hours, maybe even days, to do the old way.
So, let's zoom out for a second. We've seen the tech, but what does this all really mean in the real world? Let's talk about the future of creation and why this is such a big deal for literally anyone who wants to tell their story with video.
It really boils down to 3 huge takeaways. First, this makes professional-level editing accessible to everybody. It doesn't matter what your technical skill level is. Second, it lets creators and businesses scale their video output in ways that were just impossible before. But I think this last one is the most important. It fundamentally shifts the creator's job away from being a technical operator to being a true creative director, who's focused on the ideas and the strategy, not the menus and timelines. And really, that brings us to the final and most exciting question of all. When the tedious, technical how of making a video is completely handled by an AI partner, the only limit left is your own imagination. So, what will you create?